Yeah, this street is Francis Street. It's in the heart of the Liberties, and about 1970, a guy called Paul Cook opened up a shop here when it was completely unfashionable. I know his mother was horrified that he would do it because this would have been a no-go area, but gradually the area grew, and a bit like Paris and London, the area became a magnet and other shops started to locate here and restorers. And now there are about 25 shops between here and Patrick Street. And certainly if you were in a hotel and you asked about where would I go to buy antiques, you will come to Francis Street. It's known as the Antiques Quarter. Francis Street is great because it caters for objects that were made in the 18th century. So we refer to that as Georgian, and then items like I have in my shop up to 1970 or even beyond that. So it is literally everything. Your kind of starting price is €25, and there are objects on this street for up to $250,000. So it's a broad brush, do you know what I mean? There's certainly no one thing. Despite my young looks, I am nearly 20 years in Francis Street, and the changes have been massive. You know, it was a rumble-tumble area. There was a lot of decrepit buildings on Francis Street, and you could have bought a property here for £5,000 or £6,000 back in the 70s and early into the 80s. So that has changed. Tourism has become very important because you are located between Guinness's and St. Patrick's. So they do come down, people will find us. They love coming down, particularly Americans, because they always feel that they will find something from their heritage. And they like to buy Irish, I know it's a kind of a funny phrase, and bring it back to America. And that's no big deal. People always say, oh my God, shipping and that kind of stuff, but it's just so quick. Nowadays, they could come and buy something here on Monday and it could be in their home in Boston by the end of that week because it's not shipping, it's actually flying. So it goes out, it gets packed and it's sent. And the Americans are great, particularly because they have been rich for several generations, so they don't think about spending a couple of grand. It's not something that we would be kind of going, oh my God, should we? You know what I mean? Whereas they kind of go, do you like it? Yeah, let's go. I want to go back to the hotel. So they pay and they're gone. So the tourist business is very important, particularly in the summer months when most Irish people click off, you know, their interiors and their homes. So we are very heavily dependent on tourists and get good help from the tourist board and from the various hotels.